today's headlines. National Assembly discussed measures to achieve 8% growth target for 2025. And later on, Decree 168 leads to improved road safety. Good evening. You're watching today's headlines, where we bring you the top stories of the day. During Friday's discussions on the amended government organization law, National Assembly deputies called for clearer national governance, decentralization, and delegation of authority. They highlighted the need to define the Deputy Prime Minister's role and prevent overlaps in authority. Deputies also proposed establishing criteria for decentralization and improving government accountability and oversight mechanisms. On Friday afternoon, the National Assembly discussed the proposal for the Economic and Social Development Plan for 2025, which sets a growth target of 8% or higher. More to follow.
Deputies agreed with the 6 strategic solutions presented by the government to achieve this target, emphasizing the importance of institutional reform to remove bottlenecks. They highlighted the need to address slow disbursement and inefficiency as major barriers, and leveraging public and foreign investment will be key to stimulating the domestic economy.
We must utilize public and foreign investment to drive the domestic economy, eliminate outdated practices, and encourage private enterprises to participate in public projects. Policies should also promote the use of more Vietnamese goods by foreign-invested businesses.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh, National Assembly deputy from Can Tho City, outlined several solutions to meet the 8% growth target. The government will foster creativity among ministries, local governments, and businesses, implement policies to boost credit growth, and amend laws to encourage private investment.
Implementation must be fast, focused, and decisive. Projects like the 500 kV transmission line and Long Thanh International Airport show that effective execution can shorten timelines. In 2023, power supply was sufficient, and we expect no shortage in 2024, with a 12% increase in power use to match growth.
Also, on Friday afternoon, deputies also discussed the Lao Cai-Hanoi Haiphong railway project. While agreeing with the proposal, concerns were raised over specific regulations in the resolution.
On February 14th in Hanoi, Party General Secretary To Lam received Chae Tae-won, chairman of SK Group and chairman of the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Vietnamese leader highly commended SK Group's achievement in investment and business operations in the country. He emphasized that South Korea is always among the leading countries in investment and trade in Vietnam. And on that basis, the two countries are aiming for a trade turnover of over $150 billion by 2030. Chairman Chae Tae-won expressed SK Group's desire to cooperate with Vietnam in implementing energy solutions while simultaneously developing key industries, including LNG power infrastructure investment, AI, data center initiatives, high-tech agriculture, and logistics. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also met with the chairman of SK Group, South Korea's second-largest company, and praised the growing cooperation between SK and Vietnam. He urged SK Group to continuously invest in various areas. The Prime Minister also encouraged SK to help develop Vietnam's innovation ecosystem and support Vietnamese businesses in joining the global value chain. The SK chairman reaffirmed the group's commitment to strengthening collaboration for Vietnam's sustainable economic growth. This morning, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development organized a conference to attract investment, promote digital transformation, and facilitate green transition. And at the conference, participants focused on evaluating investment needs and technology application in digital and green transformation within cooperative and value chain linkages. They share lessons learned from pilot projects and introduce advanced technologies from Japanese companies to help cooperatives optimize production. Coming up next, Decree 168 leads to improved road traffic compliance. And Vietnamese flavors make sweet entrance into U.S. chocolate market. Now moving on to other news, Vietnamese roads are seeing a noticeable shift toward orderliness and stricter adherence to traffic laws, even in the absence of law enforcement officers. And this positive change is largely attributed to Decree 168, which imposes stricter penalties for traffic violations.
Once known for its congestion and disorder, key intersections like Lê Văn Lương, Nguyễn Tuân, Hoàng Minh Giám in Hanoi now see drivers patiently following traffic signals and maintaining orderly lanes.
The harsher fines under Decree 168 serve as an effective deterrent. After a month, I've noticed a remarkable shift in the public's traffic awareness and adherence.
Since Decree 168 took effect, Trung, a resident of Phú Đô, traveled more cautiously, always obeys traffic lights, and has noticed that his travel time has significantly decreased.
Recently, I haven't seen any violations. If I were to go out without a helmet, I would feel very out of place. It has become a good habit that ensures my safety as well as that of others.
Road users' awareness has improved significantly, even without law enforcement present. Most people now comply with regulations.
At intersections, even without traffic officers on duty, people still obey signals, stop at the correct lines, and avoid encroaching on sidewalks. The introduction of Decree 168 was timely and has proven highly effective in managing traffic order and safety. It lays the foundation for further improvements in road safety management.
According to the latest statistics, in January, road traffic accidents saw a significant reduction across all three indicators compared to the same period last year. Notably, the number of traffic accidents decreased by more than 25% year-on-year.
Now, in the early days of the new year, Phú Quốc City, Kiên Giang Province has already welcomed nearly 80,000 international visitors. This number continues to rise as this morning, the Ada Stella cruise ship brought over 2,100 international tourists to the Pearl Island for sightseeing and tourism. To ensure tourist safety and smooth transit from the ship to the mainland, the locality has temporarily put the international passenger port in Dương Đông Ward into operation. Following this cruise ship's visit, two more luxury cruise ships carrying over 5,500 tourists will arrive in Phú Quốc on February 16th and 20th for island tours. On February 13th, the 2025 Traditional and Freestyle Wrestling Championship kicked off at the Cát Quế Wrestling Arena in Hoài Đức District, Hanoi. Originally a village festival, the Cát Quế Wrestling event has evolved into Hanoi's official freestyle and classical wrestling championship. This year's tournament features over 100 athletes from 8 districts, promising spectators thrilling matches. The event plays a key role in preserving Hanoi's cultural heritage while scouting and training talent for international wrestling. It paves the way for Vietnamese wrestlers to shine on the global stage. And as the world celebrates Valentine's Day, every culture brings its own unique twist to the occasion. From heartfelt gifts to sharing deep emotions, this day is full of meaningful traditions. And among these, Vietnamese chocolates stand out, bringing rich, exotic flavors that add to a special touch to the holiday.
When I started, it was all like European flavor and plain because no chocolate had any Asian flavor whatsoever. How about I make something more Vietnamese? Of course, tương ớt, right? Sriracha, because that's what we have with pho. People thought I was crazy. I think People like you. It was crazy.
That's how chili chocolate was created. Wendy soon added guava, passion fruit, durian, and milk coffee, blending her homeland's flavors with chocolate into a unique line, all packaged in a box called Little Saigon.
I showcase my flavors from my heritage. It also brings to the Vietnamese community, showcasing the flavors we have, our heritage, our culture, our holidays. Not just pho, right? It's not just X, Y, or Z. It's all sorts of flavors. And we can celebrate that. We can celebrate that trong tho. We can anything with chocolate. And we can show we have more to our culture and heritage with the flavors.
And as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news for today's headlines. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.